We are here. Alright, hey Jeremiah, is this your first time at Wikispeed?
Yeah, it's my first time at Wikispeed. Rex and Steve invited me to come down, so I'm excited to come down and check out the shop.
Alright, yeah, this is the high-tech road into the high-tech shop. Don't tell anyone. But this place is awesome.
No, I need to get a case of the lighter gun. See, that's the good stuff.
Here's the wall of names.
Oh, thanks.
All the important people are on there.
It doesn't bleed through, so you can even write on your shirt or on your... He just said, well, let's make it available for testing. So his car is a test bed. It's had many different engines in it, many different places. But this is actually a customer-owned car. So cool. It helped fund the company in a very meaningful way. And it continues to advance in all the demos that all the team members work on. And since the various shops ship goods back and forth, it gets parts tested on it from all over the world, here with Car 4. And
So do you have, so is a hybrid version available on the, what do you call it, in the sales catalog at this point?
so anybody can put anything in the cars. On our store right now, I don't think we have an engine module listed for sale. Honda stopped selling, the gasoline version that gets 109 combined, 104 city, 114 highway, is a R18A made by Honda. They stopped selling matched keys, ECUs, and engines, a digital rights management theft protection issue. And we used to be able to get those reprogrammed through Honda Racing Line, and they've moved on from that program. They do something else now. So we can't get ECUs matched with keys matched with engines anymore. So we pulled it from our catalog, and we started making our own ECUs, because then we could do it ourselves. And we do have two versions of our own ECUs here, but neither one is very good. So we don't sell them yet. Our next aim is electric, and we have 3 electric cars, but none of them are easily repeatable. They were all built by electric enthusiasts who built their own Wikispeed electric car, and they published the plans of how to do it. They weren't, how can I say it? There's a lot of labor involved in the designs they put together. I wouldn't call them engineered for production yet, but the goal is to go electric. We're an environmental brand, and I do believe the writing is on the wall that no local emissions is the name of the game. So right now we don't have an engine module in our store. The hybrid one, owned by Momentum Power, that's up to them to sell independently. I gotta say, it's pretty magic what they've pulled off. It has some legitimate world-class innovation in it. It uses ultracapacitors for aggressive acceleration and near-term discharge, and then another larger battery pack that then feeds the ultracapacitors when they need to discharge, and then it continually tops that off with compressed natural gas regen.
So is the whole drive chain their thing, or is it just the electric component of it?
The electronics that balance between those 3 power sources essentially is their thing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. They buy the other stuff. Maxwell makes the ultracapacitors.
What do you see in there?
Engine, take a look.
So right now there isn't an engine module in the Wikispeed store. What is cool else about that? Right now, Team Wikispeed holds just a few world records. The most efficient gasoline-powered thing that meets road legal safety specification, that's us. We hold that, 109 miles per gallon. It's the best anyone has ever done, gasoline. We hold the lightest chassis to get top safety rating or equivalent. At 124 pounds. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're really proud of that one. That took a lot of iteration, right? A lot of tests, but we did it. And it was cheap too. And the fastest any company has gone from new product idea to road legal certified car with license plates on it, and that's 1 week. The second place on that one is currently Toyota Motor Corporation, and they're the second fastest in the world. And on their fast-tracked project, the last generation of the Prius, it took them 28 months. And that's industry-leading by a long shot. So we do currently work with Toyota training them, because their top priority goal for 2016 is to figure out how their next one will be done in 26 months. They want to knock 2 months off. So they sponsored a Wikispeed car build along with Ford, GM, and Kelly Engineering to get some of their management experience with this. And now they're training their staff on how to run their teams that way internally, to the goal of faster from idea to delivery. And a lot of it's what we've already talked about, a different thinking of siloing than most companies are currently structured. And it's not that they need to reboot the whole company right away, but they start by meeting differently, very differently. They use the 5 Scrum meetings, and they're all very short. But it does eventually lead to a restructuring, just because it's faster.
Right. Naturally.
It seems to flow that way. Folks, that's the tour. That, and there's the food forest outside, which is soon to have, I hope, a racetrack snaking through it. But it's a Pacific Northwest 1-acre food forest. And it should give enough food all 4 seasons for 50 people to live comfortably. All with native plants that are just left to grow wild, but we pull the weeds. We pull the invasives. And the shop is soon to be running on solar. By soon, like the next 24 months. So not right around the corner. But it's being set for running on solar. So we're hoping to be global citizens the best we know how. And we do all this for fun.
Yes.
That's it.
Cool.
Hey,
What
yeah.
about the shelters?
The micro houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh gosh. So we just got a supply, thank you very much to Boeing indirectly, from HeatCon. They do your structural repairs for runway damaged craft, that type of thing. And I did my composites training through a Barris who trains the HeatCon repair people for your 787. They stock rolls and rolls of all different types of composites for you, for Boeing. And when those shelved composites expire past their shelf life, they're still, by most measures, perfectly fine. But they're not rated to go on an airplane wing or airplane fuselage anymore. Well, they have dozens of rolls every month. And rolls are large things, like these, right? You can do a couple cars per roll. And they have dozens expire every month. Well, our micro houses are currently a foam mold that looks like an upside down flower pot and stored in the trailer outside. And now that we have access to essentially limitless supply of non-aerospace grade, airspace grade carbon fiber, we are making carbon fiber shelters for the homeless out of scrap material. And what it does is it gives all of us more continuous skill working with high performance composites, lets us train up interns in a way that's very low pressure. It's not an airplane wing. And it gives something much better than a tent. Far better insulation qualities, far better safety qualities and sound insulation qualities. And we have a partnership with Camp Hope and Camp Unity homeless encampments. So the mold, the foam mold, is in the trailer, and we lay up composites on the top with stuff that's discarded because it no longer meets aviation spec. So it's a lot of top grade composites too, which is really nice. A lot of Hexcel products, all pre-pregs. The challenge for us, by the way, is we've got to use them within 3 days of getting them because we don't have a walk-in freezer. They need to be held at 30 degrees C, just under freezing, to have more months to their shelf life. Otherwise they harden. So the good news for us is we don't need to put them in an autoclave. They'll harden. It'll just take 3 days. And we've got time, right? So we'll leave it on the mold for 3 days, no problem, and it'll harden. Microhouse is done. Meanwhile, all the other rolls will harden too. So we have to pick it up and use it until we attach a walk-in freezer or get one that's within an hour pickup truck drive from here that we can use.
So 30 below?
30 C, so 30 above, so just under freezing. So it's not, an ice cream freezer would do. A food freezer would do. And it actually doesn't have to be too precise, just as long as the majority of the time it's there. So there are some very expensive walk-in freezers for composites. We can use the cheap one that's discarded from the grocery store.
Right. Pre-preg is also very, very nice stuff, by the way.
It's optimized ratio resin.
It's very, very much better than the wet layup.
It's way easier.
Way easier, less time consuming, less materials, less everything. That's fantastic.
Now the advantage of wet layup is you don't have to refrigerate anything.
Right.
Right? So this is easy. It can hang out here as long as it wants, right? There's no carrying cost. The pre-preg, there's a carrying cost running the freezer. But when you have a supply like that for free, it's so worth it, it's silly. And it is a superior product, right?
Right.
So our current bottleneck is refrigerating the rolls, which by the way is HeatCon's bottleneck. That's why they discard them, right? So, known challenge, right? But that's the thing. We have to pick them up and use them.
Heat gun's not great at cooling. Got it.
Well, I mean, they get full, right? I mean, they keep expired rolls because they can give them out to STEM programs, to us, until they're used. But when they get full, they actually have to pay to dispose of absolutely good material. It's just not within its rated shelf life anymore. Yeah, so that's the micro hop. Let's do it. 2, got your